Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay? Thank you. So I want to welcome everybody to the 2014 Louisville Metro Infosec Conference. This year is brought to you by Nexum and Juniper. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Randall Fritchie. I am the acting chair of this conference this year, and also the president of the ISSA Kentucky Unit chapter. I'm also ISSA fellow. I've been the president of this chapter for about 8 years. I'm also a proud employee of Catholic Health Initiatives. Anybody out there? Shout out. Can't find them. They must have stood me up today. I work for the governance, risk, and compliance team with them. I'm also proud to represent the ISSA Kentucky Unit chapter today, for the board and the membership, and also all the conference volunteers. This is our 12th year. Some of you have been coming every year. Seen it grow from a small event to the event that we have these days, which is over 300, 400 people registered. I always tell the story about my first experience with it was at the Galt House. That was at Hilton Garden Inn, I think. And we had like one of these rooms, and that was it. And we had a few bagels and orange juice, I think. And that was really very small. We had about 50 people. So we've really grown quite a bit over the years. We have folks this year from all over the region. We got some from Cincinnati, Indy, Lexington, Nashville. We even got some folks that drove up from Alabama. Are you here? Did you make it? Yes.
Stuck in traffic.
Stuck in traffic. That Alabama traffic is bad, I'm telling you. So we also are giving away some prizes this year. We are giving away a Google Nexus 7 tablet, and we are also giving away 1 year free membership to the ISSA, and that's to the chapter of your choice. Also, invite you to look into your programs. You will find a bingo card in there. That bingo card should be used to visit the sponsors. They have stamps, and they'll initial your card or something, fingerprint. And once you've got that completed, take it to the registration booth and turn it in there, and we will use that to draw grand prizes at the end of the day. If you need a CPE certificate for your time here today, we give 6 CPEs for learning time. You have to be here until 4 p.m. And after 4 p.m., you can go to the registration desk, let them know you'd like a CPE certificate for that. They will put a check mark by your name, and they will email you a CPE certificate for 6 hours. Also want to let you know about the ISSA, since this is a function of the ISSA chapter. This conference is put on by the ISSA. It is run by the officers, board members, and volunteers of that chapter, and it is also funded and receives funding from this conference. So we take this conference, hopefully, and use it to fund the chapter for the next year. That's really what we try to do as an educational function for the community, and also to give back to our local chapter members. We do have about 150 members. We do 10 meetings a year. We also have a holiday dinner, and this conference is one of our meetings. So I would invite you to, if you're not already a member, please, look into it. It's very valuable. I also want to welcome and thank all of our sponsors. This year we have Nexum and Juniper, who are conference level sponsors. We have AccuVant, Checkpoint, SDG Blue, Varonis, Dell, Symantec, Mountjoy, Sullivan, InfraGard, IFC Squared, OWASP, and iSecond. I'd like to thank them for helping us out. We'd also like to thank our keynote speakers. We have Kentucky Representative Steve Riggs, who's about to speak. And at lunchtime, we will have Ira Winkler for our keynote. And we also have several breakout speakers for our technical and compliance tracks. I do want to make one announcement on the speakers. Ryan Berg, flying through Chicago, and apparently they have like wildfires going on at the airport. So his plane was canceled and he cannot make it today. So at that hour, you will only have 3 choices instead of 4. We also do have the toy room. Barbie Howell has put that together for us, so please stop by there, try your hand at lockpicking and all the other cool things she's got going on there. We do also want to make a couple of announcements. InfraGard, I believe they're still looking for a speaker. If you're interested in speaking for InfraGard at a meeting, please visit their booth and talk to them about that. I also want to announce Daryl Keeling. He is a longtime member. He's also on the advisory board for the Kentuckiana chapter of the ISSA. He was nominated for the ISC North America's People Choice Award for 2014. And he's asking if you like him, to give him a vote, and we'll send out a link to that survey. Go out in about 2 seconds just to vote for him if you can, support him. All right, so once again, thanks everybody for coming out. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy the speakers, visit our sponsors. And I'm going to introduce our conference level sponsors. This is Jeff Vonderheid. He is with Nexum. Jeff Vonderheid has been sponsoring us, I believe, every year through one form or another. Before he was with Nexum with his previous company, but they have been amazing sponsors of this conference. I'd really like you to give them a big hand.
Good morning. Thanks for attending. This has been a great event every year. I'd like to thank Carl and Fritz, better known as Randall, but everybody calls him Fritz. This has been a great show every year. It's a great networking event as well. When Fritz mentioned the Hilton Garden, that was 10 or 11 years ago. I was first introduced to Nexum at the ISSA show, and I've been with them for 10 years now, after 17 years. The previous company, 7 before that, so I'm an old guy. Been around 32 years in the industry, so I've kind of sort of seen it all until tomorrow. Nexum is pretty much a security integrator, is the best summation. We have a very large engineering focus, customer solutions, where we're doing things like vulnerability assessments, gap analysis, configuration sanity checks. Let's take a look at customers' network, determine where the big red X's are, architecting for compliance, whether it's PCI, HIPAA, SARBOX, whatever the case, to make sure customers are prepared for any compliance regime they might have to fall under. We provide products as well that keeps the lights on and keeps the engineers employed. With 35 engineers and about 9 salespeople, a lot of customers are happy to hear that. I have to deal with 3-to-1 sales to engineering. It's the other way around. We've got the highest certifications for about 7 manufacturers. Obviously, Juniper, Checkpoint, Blue Coat, F5, Palo Alto. We provide professional services, as I mentioned. We also do managed services. About 9 years ago, we developed our first level 1, level 2 support center out in Albuquerque. Our secondary SNOC is in Chicago. And basically, we do level 1, level 2 support on those 5 manufacturers. And basically, that allows us to design a solution, implement a solution, train the customers on the solution, and then support level 1, level 2. Level 3 is going to be your RMAs and your bug fixes, which are coming from product development at the manufacturers, but all the support's coming from Nexum. So the same guys you've got implementing it are also the same teams that are out there supporting you on an ongoing level, and they're also trainers, so they don't drone on for 50 weeks out of the year. Training in class, they're basically out there on the front lines. Every 3rd to 6th week, they're 24/7, 365 on call. Next week, they might be training a class, a high-level class in these technologies, because we're also an authorized training center. So our goal is, like I said, to get customers comfortable with application delivery, with security of their data, and then train them up so that if they step outside of their Cisco comfort zone and some of these other product sets that are very important in the world we live in today, we're able to train them up and get them prepared to support themselves. So stop by the booth, be more glad to speak with anyone. Some of the new mantras we've got are that AV is dead, and it's not a good thing for most customers. But there are solutions to help with that, which we can also help with, but I'm not going to put a sales pitch here. I'll do it at the booth, so feel free to stop by. With no further ado, I think we're going to introduce Steve Riggs, State Representative from the 31st District. Mr. Riggs, thank you.